tribute!
Hi fellow makeup fiends, today I'm doing a tutorial on this look. This is part of the Hunger Games collaboration. Please check out the other people involved in the information bar below. There are 12 of us in total. Next week is the nuclear district, but this week I'm doing my district, and my district is District 4, which is fishing. So I hope you really enjoy this quite out there look. Lots of little beads and blues and greens, and yeah, it's really quite out there, but hopefully you will enjoy it. So please keep watching. Hi fellow makeup fiends, so welcome to week 1 of the Hunger Games collab. So my district is fishing, and as you can see from the footage before, that is the look that I've created. I'm going to show you how I am going to do that. I've got a tinted moisturiser on, and then I've got some concealer sort of buffed in on the redder areas. I really want a good base for the products to go on because I'm actually going to be using them pretty much all over my face. So I have not planned this look or anything. This is the look that I really had no idea what I was going to do. I just need the colour scheme. So kind of winging it, but here we go. We'll see how it turns out anyway. I'm going to start with a Sugar Pill eyeshadow. This one's called Subterranean, I think. Yeah, Subterranean. That is the colour combination for the brows. So I'm going to do those first and get those done. I don't know how much of the makeup is then going to cover the brows because I'm actually going to take the makeup up my temples. So it may cover them a little bit, but I'd like to get those done just to kind of create sort of a base, really. I think once you've got your brows done, you can kind of see what you're working on. So just using an angled brush from Barry M, which is my favourite for applying anything to my brows. I'm going to use that, and we're going to start on the inner corner. I actually think that's a really nice brow colour anyway. That's a bit strange, isn't it? So I'm just going to take it halfway across and stop at that point, because then I'm going to bring the pencil in and I want to try and blend the two together. So I now have some very unique, angry looking little brows. I'm going to take the pencil from Gosh and I'm going to draw in the rest of that line. And then I want to pull it under this colour and just bring that in underneath. So that's what that looks like. Right, that's the brows. I would actually wear those to go out. I'm so impressed with that combination. I really like it. Oh my goodness. They're a bit crazy, but I absolutely love them. Anyway, I know it looks kind of strange because I've got nothing else on at the moment, but hopefully it'll look better as we go on. So the secret of any good eye look, I think, is to put a good base on. I'm going to use Dainty Doll because this one is a nice one that cancels colour out. I'm going to pop this all over the lash line of the eyelid, and I'm going to take it up to my brows. And also underneath the eye, because I am going to be pulling some of that colour down underneath and bringing it quite, well, not mega low, but I'm actually not going to do just a line, I'm actually going to pull some of the colour down. So. And I'm just going to pop some of that on the temple as well, because I'm going to bring some of this colour around, and I just find this really helps shadows stick in place. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, then I'll be right back. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use some of these Claire's sort of, what are they, they're like paint sticks really, to do sort of, why are my words escaping me today? You do kind of face paint and sort of paint sticks. But I'm going to use these as a base actually, because they actually make quite a nice base. And they're nice and creamy, so they're quite good to work with. So I'm just going to use the lime green on the lid, and then just going to run that around the eye as well. Then I'm going to use the blue, and just going to pop that on above. And I'm going to bring that like across the line. I'm going to leave a little gap there, and then I'm just going to take that up to the corner of the brow, and then up to the hair line. And then I just want to take that, smudge the edges of it out. Moving on to a couple of Sugar Pill shadows just to do a little bit of colouring. This is actually going to go on top of that lovely green, and this one is called Acid Berry. And I'm just going to pat that underneath the eyes. And if anything falls down, I don't mind, because this is not going to be a look that's got to be perfect. So that's just really going to go on top of that cream product, and that's just going to set it quite nicely. So that colour is just going to go underneath and just on the inner eye. And it's just going to set that cream product quite nicely. Then I'm going to take another colour from Sugar Pill, and this one is called Mochi. And then I'm just going to put this one just in that space there, up to the brow. I'm actually going to bring it down at the eye corner and bring it up to the corner of the brow and just fill in that gap. And then because that's blended out nicely, it's got a little bit of a jagged edge, you can actually just kind of blend that in with that. And I think those colours look really quite nice blended together. So that's it for Mochi. Now I'm going to do something, I don't know how this is going to work, but I've got two pencils from Urban Decay. I've got Deep End and Mars. And I actually just want to make some little sort of interesting sort of little patterns onto that colour there. Because you know how sometimes when you look at a fish, it's kind of almost like they've got sort of, like with their different colours, you can kind of see like almost a bit of a sort of a blotchiness to it. And that is the Mars colour, which is quite a dark green. And then I'm going to take Deep End. And that's just going to enhance that. So I'll do that at the other eye and then be right back. Right, we're going to go with the electric palette, and I'm going to take that chartreuse colour from this, and I'm going to put that on the inner eye. And just dust it a little way along. And I love how that colour works so well with the others. And I'm just going to smudge it a little way into the blue, because if you can notice that, it really like makes it an even more interesting colour. As it meets with the blue, it turns into a green. So I like it. This tutorial is just kind of growing as we go, so bear with me. What I've took is the teal colour, and I'm actually just going to put that in the crease. Don't know if you can see it there. Just adds a bit of depth in there. There you can see it. Quite a nice blend between all of the other colours that are going on. Taking the eyebrow brush, I'm actually going to go into the really bright blue, which is Gonzo, not Chaos. I'm going to pop that on the top of the brow and bring that up, and then blend it down slightly. This is the one look that I hadn't really totally planned for. I've got a wig to go with it, which I knew I definitely wanted to wear for this look, but then other than that I was just kind of not really super duper planned. So hopefully it's going to turn out okay. I've just drawn a couple of lines there. I feel like this green's pretty weak. Okay, so I'm not happy entirely with the e.l.f. pigment in the green. It's incredibly poor. That one is called Tropic. I'm just going to take the pigment that I got from Neve Cosmetics. I'm going to take Pixie Tears. And I'm going to have to a very light hand of this. This is so pigmented, it's ridiculous. I'm just going to pop off with a ton of excess in there. And fingers crossed this is going to go okay. Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay. So I'm just going to dust that into that area. I'm pretty happy with that. Take that up to the hairline. Actually, I really love that darkness there. I think that is much better. It's added a lot to the look. Plus it's got a nice shimmer to it. Definitely much prefer the dark. It's kind of gradient now. It's kind of coming down to a lighter colour. I'm going to take this one from the Kate collection from Rimmel. It's called Pure Turquoise. It's a new one I've got. I'm going to draw that down. Just pull that down a little bit on the eye. And then that's going to come under that acid sort of colour. Just gently though, and it's going to smudge. Okay, I'm going to take an Urban Decay glitter and I'm going to pop this into the lashes, into the brow. Now this is just going to really add a hint of glitter. You're not going to see it massively, but hopefully you can just see that there. Kind of just shows where the brow is really, as much as anything. Okay, now I'm going to add some glitter. I'm so excited because I've not used this glitter yet. It is the Lit Cosmetics glitter. So this is the little pot of glitter glue. And I'm going to be using Miami Vice. And I'm also going to use MAC's Turquatic, which I've not used yet. I'm going to pop this on the inner part of the eye. Ooh, so pretty. Apparently it takes some getting used to with these, applying these glitters, but I really like that so far. And then I'm just going to get some of the Turquatic and pop that on at the end. So I don't know if you can see, Turquatic is darker. I quite like the transition from the light to the dark. Okay, so that's the glitter done. I'm going to do that on the other eye and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of sort of pearl white to the edge now. Kind of like the froth that you see on the water's edge. And then literally just sort of blend that. And bring it down on the inner eye. And I only want this on the top. So just making kind of messy kind of strokes really, because water is not perfect. Now I'm just going to take a black liner because I always prefer like a black line on my eyes, and I'm also going to do the waterline. I think I'll do that first. I'm going to use Bad Gal Liner by Benefit. I'm using a gel liner for the top, which is just L'Oreal, and I'm using the Real Techniques silicone brush. And I just want to do like a little line here, like a dot. Just kind of changes the shape of your eye slightly. So that's it so far. Scary. Okay, now I'm going to quickly line my lips with this before I go on to the cheeks. Okay, I've just slightly exaggerated the Cupid's bow there. I'm actually going to put on a number of lip products. So I'm actually going to put on a black lipstick as the base, but I'm going to use the velvet one from Topshop. I don't know why I was going to say Urban Decay. This is Raven. It's the velvet one. Now, because I want to put other lipsticks on top, I think the velvet will be best to, because I want to pat them in. So the velvet texture is going to work really well as a base for that. So I will pop that on now so it's nice and dry for when I put the other products on. Okay, that's the lips. It was a bit shaky there because just you've got to be very definite with that line because this stuff dries pretty quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to put on a little bit of a colour on the cheeks. I may regret this one. Let's see how it looks. I've got a pigment by MAC. This is in, well, it's from the Archie's Girls. Let me see if I can see the name. Ooh. Lucky in Love. Which is this lovely colour. And I'm going to put this on my cheeks. Can't believe I'm about to do this. So that's just quite a nice soft green colour. Washes up nicely into these colours. But I want to take one of the metallic pressed pigments. I'm sorry that I don't have a name for you. Not really sure, but I'm going to take this sort of silvery white one and just pop that on top. And as you can see, that's just really an intense sort of shine. And then getting a clean brush, I'm going to take the same pigment. And I'm just going to pop that on top of the white. It's just going to give a nice sort of shimmer. I'm going to do a really mental thing. Yeah, she says after she just does this. I'm going to take Mary Luminizer, which is really nice shimmer, and I'm just going to pop that on my face. I would normally not use this all over, but for this look I'm going to. I actually think what would be better, because it's even shimmery, would you believe it, is Pearl from Smashbox. I'm going to need a mirror to do this. I feel like I've left my ears out. My ears feel left out. They look less neglected now. Okay, I actually think it's coming together a bit now that I've got some cheeks going on and some lips. I could contour here actually. I could contour with a slightly dark teal. Let me have a go at that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go a little bit out there and I'm going to take Subterranean. Actually, quite like it. Cheeks! I didn't know I possessed cheekbones. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, I have to stop saying okay in this tutorial. Next I'm just going to put some mascara on my lashes. I'm actually going to put some false lashes on. Can you believe it? Because I think that this look could really do with it. And then I'm going to put lashes on. I'm going to do that off camera because it could probably take me about 20 minutes. Well, as predicted, what a battle that was, but those are the lashes. They're kind of silvery. Hopefully you can see that. They're not applied the best, but they are okay, and I think they actually do accentuate the eyes a lot better, and yeah, lashes look good with something. I look like this. My lips are completely dry, so let's crack on with lips. quite excited about this. I'm going to take Apocalyptic from Alamasca, and I'm just going to apply that. Can you see the colour? And I'm just going to apply that to the inner part of the lip. Okay. Phase 1. Now I'm going to take Serpentina by Lime Crime. And then I'm just going to take this one, sorry I can't remember the name, it's the silver one from the winter collection. It just adds a bit of a sheen really. And that is basically the makeup look done. So hopefully you can see that it's got some sort of speckle marks and it's kind of a gradient of blue. And I've got a wig to use with this look, which is here, kind of sent to me by Annabelle's Wigs, and I'm actually going to have a blog post up on this as well, so if you're interested in checking this out, please do. I think this will go perfectly with this look. And as you can see, it's like turquoise at the ends, which I thought would go really well with this look. And I cut the fringe, but you could kind of lay that however you wanted. Basically, when you move, you're just going to be able to see the finishing details of the look. So that's it. That is fishing. I hope you really enjoyed it. It's really out there. I'm probably going to be just as out there with my other two looks as well. I really enjoy kind of doing this kind of... I just realised I forgot something. I got these little nail art caviar beads and I want to pop them on around the outer brow area. I'm just going to use the glitter glue for that. And that's what they look like. So they're kind of almost like sort of bubbles. But I totally forgot to add them in, and I took my lashes off now because I'd literally finished the look and done all the filming with it. But I wanted to show you that bit because that was something that was definitely part of what I wanted to do and part of the look, because I really quite like the idea of it looking like they're kind of like bubbles or little bits of water glistening. So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly add that bit in. Yeah. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial. Next week it is week 13. I can't speak today, excuse me. Next week is District 13, which is the Fallen District, which is the Nuclear Graphite District. And they're actually an underground district, so they still exist. They're just not considered part of the whole Hunger Games sort of phenomenon, the games that go on and stuff like that. Anyway, you don't really need to know that detail so much. But yeah, next week is exciting because it's the Nuclear District. I'm really looking forward to doing that one. And then it's the capital. So hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the information bar below because in there are the other 11 people taking part in this amazing collab. I'm so excited so many people got on board with it. There are 12 of us in total and we are all doing a district each in the first week, and then we're all doing the same District 13 next week, and then we're all doing the capital. So you're going to see lots of different looks. It's makeup and nails, so there'll be some different sorts of things. So please check out all the other people in the information bar below. I think it'll just be really interesting to see everybody's different take on things. I think that's what's great about this, and the districts are quite interesting really. I was really glad that I got Fission. The names were picked out of a hat most part. But yeah, Fission was like, yeah, I really quite like the idea with the colours and everything. And yeah, I'm really liking how it's turned out, so hopefully you'll like it too. Like I said, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I'm going to love and leave you there. I've been Spacey's #1 girl, and this is the colour of my kiss.
Emperor's tribute!